And a warm welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining us here for another live episode of Conversations with Michael. And of course, we are streaming live from our home studio on this beautiful sunny day in the central Willamette Valley of Oregon. As we come to the end of what has been an incredible year, let's take a deep breath. Let's pat ourselves on the back and embrace the opportunities that lie, ahead of us with all of our heart, without knowing what those are exactly, but trusting that if we have created the potentials from our own heart, it's going to feel really good. Michael declared at the beginning of this year that it was time to allow the soul the freedom to express itself. It was time to give it a voice, not as a channeled message, but as your own voice. I love acting as a witness for so many that have embraced such a rare choice. Truly, truly an honor for me. I love creating this show, Conversations with Michael. It took me several years to befriend all the technology that I now use. I really enjoy allowing this technology to serve me. In fact, while you're watching me talk with this beautiful virtual background, let me give you a quick peek of what I'm looking at from my end. Yes, this is a screenshot of my desktop computer I took a few days ago while creating the scenes for today's show. I don't have any prior experience working with encoders, or mixers, or even computers. So initially it felt a little strange, almost surreal to me. It was a real stretch for my mind to work with this technology with Michael's presence, being so present. His energy always puts me in a very different reality. But I have a real passion for doing this work. So my mind really had but one choice: serve the energy, or this isn't going to work for anyone. It's truly been an amazing experience over these years. Working hand in hand with technology while feeling my own energy guiding the whole experience. So let's start today's show by taking that collective deep breath as we allow all those energies that are here to support us to begin to merge and blend with this human experience. Very good. Here in Oregon, we are beginning to feel the presence of winter, despite what you see in the background. The timing has actually been really perfect for me. Michael asked me at the end of September to put everything else in my life on hold in support of writing my new book, I Spirit, A New Story. And as soon as that book was published last month, I just took a long, deep breath, allowed the change of seasons to embrace my entire body. For me, last month was all about rest, something I haven't done for a while. In fact, I can't remember the last time I've actually slept 8 hours. And I'm here to say it feels really, really good. So if you haven't already, kick back, put your feet up, close your eyes, and let the elements of nature thank you for your service to this planet. And then take another deep breath and let your own energies begin to support you. Let's do that again. Another deep breath. And let yourself feel supported completely, 24/7, by your own energies. Very good. Very good. I'm joined today by my wife, Coca, who sits in the background in service to Michael, but really in service to her own presence. Without her support, though, I'm almost certain I wouldn't be able to pull this off. Over the years, we have encouraged you to allow your soul to be at the front of your life. And we get it. It represents a really bold choice, a really radical choice. It actually sets the mind free from feeling so much responsibility for managing, controlling your own life. Michael insists that this mental construct of a reality is but a byproduct of our mind reacting to a perception of itself as being separate from our soul. So during our awakening phase, we realized, all of us, that we are much more than the endless thoughts that keep running through our head. But really, that was the easy part. We then made another really bold choice. We allowed our soul to begin to integrate its presence into our physical body. Now, I understand that integration is ongoing for many people. It can feel really awkward. It can leave your own human nature feeling really confused. But in the end, it does bring you back to you, to your true self. It brings you back to living inside your own presence. I have a long, cherished history with a lot of you who might be listening here today that I have the honor of serving or just being your friend. Because in the etheric realms, we serve a sovereign state of consciousness in a variety of different ways. But one of my favorites is within a group of fellow non-physical teachers and masters called the Crimson Circle. Really, it's a circle of extraordinary beings from all parts of creation who have one thing in common. We are devoted to serving a type of freedom that we know only exists from within. So in the non-physical realms, we have a long history of teaching others how to embrace the gift that was handed down from the original self. And what was that gift? To be a sovereign creator of your own experience. Here on earth, I love watching how this independent nature serves us, well, as a foundation within everything we do. This underlying passion to set all of life free plays such a vital role in each and every one of our creations. Now, not all of you that I have the honor of serving share this same background. I'm good with that. But we do have something in common. We share the same passion for your own freedom. Let's take another deep breath. What do you notice about today that might be a little different from our past episodes? What do you notice about your own life that might be a little different? Let's take a breath here. There is a lightness, a sense of joy in the air. Can you feel it? You might miss it completely if you're distracted by all the drama in the news, presidential candidates, health issues. Oh, I understand there's a new silicone chip for the iMac. All that stuff. This feeling, it's very subtle. But it's also incredibly potent. And it represents something new. It doesn't exist inside a reality that denies the presence of consciousness itself. We are allowing that part of us that is already enlightened to be at our front of our life. And that choice, my friends, has changed everything. Everything. Oh, it might not appear real to most of humanity. It isn't. If you're allowing those parts of you that feel separate from your soul to continue to choose for you, this underlying lightness changes how you feel. Because what you're perceiving through the eyes of your soul, it's profound. It's incredibly beautiful. This, my friends, marks the end of the game of separation, if you're allowing it. I know we talk a lot about this being an ego-centered reality. We're not blaming the ego or the soul for what it has become. We're just acknowledging what we are dealing with here. So let's take another collective deep breath. Together, let's honor our human nature just as it is by accepting it completely. And allow all the energies that are here today in support of a new story. Can you feel them too? All these energies. Of course, there's Michael. He's pretty intense because he's not willing to compromise his freedom. It represents a type of freedom that has always been there. But it requires within us a true, heartfelt passion to reclaim it from within. The freedom to experience the heart and mind coexisting as equals, the human and spirit, light and dark, now coexisting. No more divisions, no more pushing back. Very good. Very good. So, let's take a quick look at some of our upcoming events before I turn this over to Michael. And feel free to visit our website for more information on any of our programs or services. I still have a couple of dates free this month for private sessions, but January is beginning to fill up pretty fast. And of course, registration for the upcoming iSpirit 2 course ends this month on December the 17th. If you enjoy riding down the river of life with Michael without a life jacket, then this course is just for you. And to all past participants of the iSpirit course, iSpirit 1 and 2, you qualify for a special discount. Feel free to contact us anytime for more information. And finally, the next episode of Conversations with Michael has a new time. We're going to present a special end of the year show on New Year's Eve. After that, we'll return to our regular schedule. But this has been, without a doubt, one of the most intense, joy-filled years ever on this planet. There's a lot to look forward to. So we invite all of you to join us as we celebrate the new year in our own unique way. Let's take another deep breath. As I always do here, been doing for quite some time, love to share this experience that is available to every single one of you. To feel your own eternal self, your own soul nature, be in your body, be in your life with you. No longer do you need to feel separate from that. You've done all the preparation necessary. Now it's time just to allow. On that note, I step aside and, of course, I allow Michael to step forward. Greetings. Indeed, it is I, Michael, and thank you, Robert, for your introduction. Indeed, there is a lot to look forward to. Indeed, there is. The energy that has supported this current virus, it has shifted big time. And we have all of you to thank for that. You know the work that needed to be done. And there was enough of you willing to stop doing long enough to allow what comes here now to be of service to the news story. Your radiance plays such an important role on this planet. There's no going back to what was considered normal, but of course, like most of humanity has been doing for a very long time, many will try. An unprecedented number of fully conscious human beings during this time will continue to step forward by stepping back from a reality that no longer serves them. Welcome to my reality. Welcome home, my friends. Over time, this planet has been called many things, but our favorite is the planet of love, a place where any being has the opportunity to experience a quality of love that doesn't need to be loved back in order to feel fulfilled, to feel complete. Those of you that have been following our teachings, you've heard these same words countless times, and we keep repeating them because, my friends, it is so very rare. Anyone can say they love you, but very few can say that without an agenda. So yes, Earth is a rare and extraordinarily beautiful planet. If you could line up all the creations inside a quasi-physical museum, Earth would be without a doubt the featured work. It offers tangible evidence that your natural state allows complete opposites to coexist. And as our work through Robert continues to grow and expand, we want to take this moment to thank all of you. Because living on the planet of love, let's face it, it can be really challenging. For the most part, you have acted as a true caretaker on this planet. You responded to the call to return to this planet many, many times as a caretaker. Not to others. That's where you got stuck. But to your own presence. And to those of you that are new to our teachings, does that sound selfish? Indeed. It serves a potential that for most of your lifetimes was but a dream, a hope that at some point in time, the planet of love would represent something new. One that would potentially touch the heart of all beings. So it should come not as a surprise to any of you that a new call was sent out on behalf of a type of love that has been able to forgive all that has been. Can you feel that in your own life? Have you denied yourself this gift to forgive yourself for all that has ever been in order to celebrate all that is waiting to be created in this now moment. Let's take a pause right there. Because if you're not creating in this now moment what fulfills your own heart, you skip the step of forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself for everything that has been. Much you have forgotten. Much you don't remember here as a human being. It doesn't matter. What does matter is, can you acknowledge this opportunity to forgive yourself? Then are you willing to accept that type of forgiveness that you are offering just to you? And by doing that, can you also feel the light of your own soul supporting you? That light being consciousness itself. Now we can celebrate all that indeed is waiting to be created in this now moment. We sent out a call that was sent out to the original caretakers of this planet, most of which are here right now. You have been called many things. But today, we call you a cosmic farmer. We like that term. We love farmers because you're really good at planting seeds. You truly are. You put a lot of time and energy to make sure your seeds develop a really good root system. The seeds that you helped to plant over 2,000 years ago, well, those have sprouted big time, both within this sacred ground called Earth and within you. They have developed a very healthy root system. And for the first time in a very long time, many of you now feel safe being a part of this human experience. That would be new. Feeling safe is a byproduct of trusting yourself, which is a byproduct of forgiving yourself for whatever you judge yourself for being, for not doing. We're looking at some of the most mature beings that have ever walked this planet. And during this lifetime, something remarkable has occurred. From my perspective, you are the living example of Christ consciousness in action. To be of service, to being a sovereign creator, one more time on earth. Now we get it to your human family. It appears not much is happening. Where is the action, they would ask. So yes, like a lamppost, your light is revealing all that feels separate from such a presence. Every single lifetime was in service to what you are experiencing right now. But perhaps for the first time, it has nothing to do with a battle that needs to be fought in the name of freedom. For the first time, you're allowing your own radiance to do all the work on your behalf. Those parts of you that used to speak on your behalf without your permission, where did they go? It appears to us they've taken a back seat. That would be new. That would be brand new. Some of you have embraced this opportunity to begin speaking on behalf of what your heart has always known. Let's take a breath there. Because you came here to rediscover a solution to all that was out of balance in creation. It's really a tough sell to try and persuade any being to take a deep dive into all those underlying conflicted thoughts and emotions. But despite all of that, you still said, okay, yes, I volunteer. You always raise your hand first before others. You always go down the rapids on the river of life without knowing what's around the other bend. Because you love the adventure of life. You love discovering what appears to be unknown, to experience it. You love trusting you. And by trusting you, you have no doubt that whatever you choose will not harm you. Even if you can't see around the bend. What's behind the door? What's on the other side of the street? My friends, if there was any other being in all creation more qualified to be here, they would now be in your shoes right now. We understand it's been really intense. It is intense being human. And one of the ways to tolerate the intensity was to keep one foot in the etheric realms with us, just in case things didn't work out, started to go south. You made that choice not because you lacked the courage. No being, my friends, no being can tolerate endless streams of conflicted energies. So for most of your lifetimes, you weren't very present. From a place of survival. We understand. We get it. Within this human experience, there is another part of you that could help manage all the details involved with being human. The human ego. Over time, without your presence being present in your physical body, the human ego started to create for itself. It was originally designed to serve you, soul. But if you're not here full time, the human ego will create its own support system based on its own wants, needs, and desires. Really different from those soul-filled desires. Combined with a cosmic ego-centered state of consciousness, it makes it very, very difficult for any soul to experience any type of clarity in relationship to another part of this experience that doesn't perceive you, soul, now as being real. So your current reality on this planet has primarily been under the guidance of a collective ego. It's not evil. It's not dark. It's just doing the best it can without the guidance support from you, the soul. Without your presence, the ego will continue to serve itself. But now it has some new and very potent toys to play with. It has created an improved version of itself, externalized versions called artificial intelligence, robots, to help manage and control its own creations. Take a breath there. Without the presence of your own soul on this planet, both feet in it, things could go downhill really fast. Your own Earth history, combined with your cosmic story, they provide all the details you need to see how things could turn out. But something changed, did it not? You changed. The seed within you indeed did sprout. It just needed a full-time caretaker, one who placed both feet in this physical reality. You knew it was your last time here. You decided to roll the dice one last time. But this time, you would do it consciously. Your mind perceived that you were trying, much like it, to perfect yourself. You called it becoming enlightened. We called it yet another distraction. We've been declaring that you were born enlightened. You're just reclaiming it. But it hasn't been easy. Your ego has all but forgotten its original coding to serve you, soul. So we invited your soul, we invited you to sit in the captain's chair of your own life, to take ownership of this physical vessel you call a body, not as a tyrant or a dictator, but as a compassionate creator who doesn't react to all that internal noise. One who is willing to be a full-time caretaker for your own energy. One who understood that what you share with others is but the overflow of what you have already received for yourself. Let's say that again. What you share with others is but the overflow of what you have already received just for you. Feels kind of selfish. It's your basic survival tool for being on this planet as a fully conscious human being. You're now declaring that you are enlightened, which allows your human ego to hear the voice of that which has, which it was created to serve. I'm here to tell you, your ego needs to hear that voice. Your voice. Not just the quotes from another master, as profound as they might be. In a way, this voice, your voice, helps to trigger the original biological coding inside the body, which in turn relieves that human ego from feeling the burden, from feeling responsible for your life. Which brings us full circle back to our call. The very reason you are here at this time. It's time, my friends, to have both feet on this planet, but not to be of it. Do you understand this? Have you embraced this? And the only way that becomes real is by sitting in the captain's chair of your own vessel, this physical body, reclaiming this body to be under the domain of your own experience, your own choices, your own voice. The teachings of Michael have never been about trying to ascend into a state of enlightenment. I will say it again. You were born enlightened, or you wouldn't be at the forefront of this change in consciousness. We're inviting you to own it now. No more games. No more excuses. No more procrastinating. No more drama. No more allowing your ego to act as a substitute version of you. And from such a choice, your light then grants your human family and all creation the same opportunity that now supports you. It's time to plant yourself on this planet as a living lamppost, to blast this planet with your joy. One last time. Take a deep breath. It's time to get really comfortable being human. For now, as a mobile lamppost, going mobile. Seems like I heard that song from Robert in his teen years. Something to do with The Who. Share what was freely shared with you, with this human family. The light of consciousness. It's time, my friends, to go to work. You gave me permission to remind you if you ever forgot. You've been reminded. Go find a good place to be still for a while and let your light shine. I will be there with you, celebrating your new freedom in action. Even though it might appear that there are many things working against you on this planet, some of them exist in service to help rebalance life. Not within your reality, but within this carbon-based reality. It might appear that they are a threat to your health and well-being. But the threat, my friends, was a mind that perceives itself as being separate from the original self, separate from consciousness. That threat existed before this earth was even created. You have been serving the solution to that threat for eons of time. Let's take a deep breath. This seed that we refer to awakened within most of you some time ago. You're right where you had hoped you could be in every previous lifetime. Now, it might not look that way to your mind, so take a deep breath. Allow the presence of your soul to look through those beautiful human eyes. What do you see, my friends? Well, for one, you see a lot of your old friends that you have been working with on my side of the veil for eons. They're still here. That's really good news. What else do you see? Look at your human family. Can you also see millions of newly awakened human beings beginning to question their own reality? Indeed, they are. Searching for that lamppost to help guide their way? Thank you, my friends, for choosing to stay on this planet. You don't have to do this alone. Allow us to be a part of it too, in support of a new story. Enjoy this current phase you are in. There are numerous possibilities. Some of them will be very difficult for you to witness, while others will make your heart sing. The future of all creation resides within allowing your own presence to support you. Thank you for your service. As one creator to another. All my blessings.